you get emotional?
Cause.
Don't start crying.
No, for real though.
I know.
Yeah, like, I don't know. So.
Leah.
No, I'm.
Why you crying though?
I'm not trying to cry.
Come on.
I'm not. I'm really not.
Okay,
not
don't cry.
cry.
Don't cry then.
But like, I would be imbalanced. I really would.
That I fell in love with my best friend.
For the hottest R&B instrumental, you gotta holler at Robin Wesley.
Let me be your man. Baby, let me be your man. Yeah, yeah. Baby, let me be your man. Baby, let me be your Papa Brown.
Go, best friend. Y'all, he already started eating.
That's my best friend.
Go, best friend.
That's my best friend. Go, best friend.
What's up, LO gang? It's your girl, Leah.
Hey, I am Robert Proms, and I'm hungry. And oh yeah, but I'm checking in with y'all. Yeah.
And today we are doing a mukbang for y'all, and we are eating Swamp Kings. For any of y'all that have never heard of Swamp Kings, it is.
I'm Highway 6 in Houston, Texas.
I'm glad you said that because I didn't know. And they have seafood, they have wings, they have fried rice, they have.
Yeah, they got everything.
Basically,
with
just
seafood.
Cajun
Basically
food.
seafood.
Yeah,
With
Cajun
wings added.
food. And today we have shrimp fried rice. He has shrimp fried rice
With extra egg.
And chicken wings, whole chicken wings, y'all. Whole chicken wings. I can't eat my wings like that. That's too big.
It's a lot of fat.
And he has corn on the cob with a little bit of sauce on there, some mild sauce. And I have shrimp, I have vegetable fried rice, and I have a piece of his chicken, which I'm gonna try, but like I said, I don't think I'm gonna eat it like that. But yeah, today we are coming on here just to talk to y'all.
Y'all asked a couple questions. We're gonna do a mukbang. Y'all said we haven't did a mukbang, so we're gonna do a mukbang for y'all. Basically, so anyway, the first question was, what was you guys' first impression about each other? You guys asked what was our first impression? I'll let Leah tell y'all, then I'll get that.
I was really surprised. I've never seen a man, and I know y'all probably heard this before, but I've never seen a man with about 15 women at a table. So that was like, I was just like, whoa, okay. But I was like, oh, he cute though, but I could tell he was a little player, and I was like, that was a no-go for me. But it was a go-go for me, not a no-go. But he was cute. He had his little groupies around him. It was cute. Don't sip.
Alright, my first impression was like, damn, who that is? That was basically my first impression. It was like, who was that? It wasn't nothing special. It was just more like
damn, that's fine.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like nothing like I ain't know her. So it was just like, damn. But the person that asked me this question and said, they asked that question, they said, what was our first impression when we met each other? And then when was our first impression when we knew we liked each other? So the person that asked the question, I think it was a good question, because you would never think from our first impression of seeing each other, and then from our first impression from when we knew we liked each other. That's two different ways. So the person that asked me that question, shout out to you. It was on my Instagram, but it's been a couple days, so I probably won't see it. But shout out to you anyway. So basically, I'm gonna just say the question is basically, when did we know we liked each other? I think, right?
Yeah. Okay, so this is a little story time. I'm gonna give y'all a little story time. So after we we never really met at first. It was more like we looked at each other, and then what can I say? It was like we looked at each other, and it was just like I don't know. But after that, story time. So I met him through my sister. I met him first
by
ourselves. And then I met him again through my sister. He was my sister's best friend. And long story short, he had a club. Rob had a club, a hookah lounge, and I think he was texting my sister, or my sister was texting him through my phone or something like that. And it was basically like a little message basically saying they were like, she was fake and we should have came to the opening, something like that. Came to the opening or something.
They didn't come to my grand opening.
Yeah, with Ken the Man, right? And so I'm sensitive. I don't even know. I just know she said my best friend. So I'm sensitive. I read the message and I'm like, oh, that's mean. I felt bad. I was like, okay. So I was like, well, you know, basically I was like, I'm sorry and blah, blah, blah. And then we started talking about me working at the club, which reminds you, I do not know who this man is. I knew him before, but I didn't know my sister's best friend was him. So I go to the club, I get out the car, and I was like, and I just started walking towards the club, and he was outside with like a couple of people. Robert's always around people, specifically women. But this time, it was a couple of dudes or whatever that was outside. So I'm walking up to the club. I'm just like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Okay, so I go in there. We do an interview, and then something happened. I was on the phone with a friend, a dude, and this is before any of this. And then I was getting upset. And he like came outside. He was like, what you tripping for? What you mad for? Da, 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 da. And I kind of told him a little bit, but I didn't tell him too much. And he was just like, no, come back in the club. And I was like, he was like, come back in the club. We gonna chill. We gonna play.
They missed the part.
Oh, what?
I told her, I said, you're too beautiful. Nobody should be able to have that much control over you.
Oh yeah, he did. That was cute. That was cute. And so,
y'all remember that boy, y'all? Crazy. She remember me being with a lot of girls, but she was out that boy.
We went back inside. We played Jenga. He got me a drink, and I was smoking hookah. And like, when I knew I liked him was that night. Not
really?
like.
I didn't know that.
No, listen,
oh, like on some cool, like
yeah.
Oh, okay, he cool.
Because I'm thinking. Remember, I told y'all. I thought first thought was, he's a player, too many females, this ain't it. And then I was like, he ain't like that. Well, maybe he ain't like that today, but I don't know. I was tripping with myself because I was like, this is not the same person.
That I heard about.
Yeah.
People said so much about me.
Yeah, and what I seen, it was, you know, people can say whatever,
like,
but when
wow.
you see it, it's a different story. So I was
basically,
just
y'all
like,
never read the book by itself, right?
Yeah.
No, you can finish. I just want them to say that. I just want to say that part.
Yeah. So basically, I was just like, oh, okay, he cool, he's sweet or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's it? Okay, my first impression was, when I knew I liked Leah it was actually not that long ago. Like, when I knew like I liked her, like her, like she was cool. I always thought she was gonna be cool. I always thought, I liked the way she talked, I liked the way she acted, I liked the way she dressed. But when I actually knew I liked her was, I was going through something and she didn't know me, and I was just so used to everybody just, and she never asked me for nothing. So I knew then, like, I was like, dang, that's crazy. Like, she genuinely cares. Like, some people that ask you what's wrong or how you doing, just to see if you're okay, just to be there for them. But Leah was just more like, I don't know, she was just natural. Like, it was genuine. It never felt forced. Like, even when Leah came around, I didn't feel like I just met her. It's like if she think back, it's like the way we started talking, it's like it just flowed. It's just like cutting on the waterfall, and the water just flowed. Like and it just picked us up on the way. Like we ain't just get around each other and get like, so what do you like? What do you like? No, we just gradually started knowing what this
That's
person
true.
is, knowing how this person, knowing what this person like. Sometimes the energy with people, it just happens, and you don't have no control over energy. Like it just goes. If the energy wasn't there, then we wouldn't be sitting here today. I just screenshotted a question somebody asked on Instagram 3 minutes ago. I think we answered this question before, but I guess we can answer it again. And this is something that I don't think we ever answered this because this is a tricky question. What? You sure you ready for this question?
You got me scared now. Okay.
Which is better, us being together in a relationship or us being as just best friends? That's a spicy question, huh? You look good, by the way.
Thank you. I don't think I can answer this question the way I want to answer this question. To make this make sense, I liked us being best friends because I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't want to go too deep into it, but I feel like I liked us as best friends because I felt like it was more confiding in each other. It was more like openness. It was genuine, which it is now because we turned that into a relationship. But I'm looking at the question differently by saying if we would have never became best friends and we just would have jumped into a relationship and never had that friendship, I would have picked best friend over anything. Best friend over anything. So I feel like how we did it was really good. Well, how he did it. I'm not even gonna say we, because I was just at the point I was just like, yep, let's go. And he was like, nope. And I was like, okay. So how he did it.
Basically what she said was, because I don't know what she mean by let's go. She wanted to be with me and I wasn't ready to be with her until I feel like it was the right time to be with her.
Yeah.
That's what she mean. I know y'all don't like to read between the lines. Y'all like us to give it right to y'all. Y'all make our job really hard.
Yeah. So I like the way he did it, even though he made me wait. He made me wait, but I liked how he did it. So I would always say best friend over anything because I really like our relationship. Like I do. I like it.
Okay.
So
me, I'm gonna for sure say best friend. Y'all know how I am. She know I am. I'll pick best friend over a relationship any day. Because it's like a battle. A lot of people don't understand, and it's like when you best friends, y'all can. It's a lot of things that you could do when y'all best friends, and then when y'all become into a relationship, it's a lot of things that you both know how the person is, but it can also take a turn when you're in a relationship, and feelings and love and insecurities and maturity get involved into y'all relationship. So you try to balance out your best friend and relationship, because as a best friend, you're so open to where you don't even know if you're hurting your best friend's feelings because you're just being so truthful. But some people, that makes sense? Mm-hmm. So you be so open as a best friend because this is my best friend, I tell this person everything. But then when you get in a relationship and you hurt their feelings, it's a difference. Like now, if you hurt their feelings and you're in a relationship, you're gonna sit back and be like, dang, should I tell him this? Should I tell her that? Cause I don't wanna hurt her feelings, or I don't wanna hurt his feelings. So it's more like, as a best friend, you could just be free. You just free, like you just roll the dice and whatever they roll on. But in a relationship, you praying that it falls on 7-11. Like you don't want to take no chances on playing with this person's feelings, because the relationship. But me personally, you know, and no disrespect to my relationship, I always say at the end of the day, like our best friend, girlfriend, friend, the titles should never change the relationship or the bond. It's just a title. So my thing is, a lot of people say when they get in relationships, they be like, I heard a couple people say, I got in a relationship, but I knew I wasn't gonna marry the girl. So my thing is, I wasn't gonna be with this person long. Why even get in it? So, cause nobody jumps into a relationship looking for a way out. I just don't see that. Unless you're going in a relationship to use someone. You already going in with bad intentions. So I never see it that way. Any relationship I went in looking to be with them forever. I don't go in no relationship not wanting to be with somebody. Then as the time go on, you get to see like, oh no, this is not gonna work. But you should never go into a relationship, for one, not being yourself, but two, not having a friend and a best friend within your spouse. And then if y'all jump the gun and y'all become in a relationship, I think it needs to be a guideline that you guys understand with each other. This is who I am as your friend, as your man, as your woman, and as your best friend. And if things start to shake up and change for the good, then it shake up for the good. But as a best friend, you don't want to be a best friend battling a girlfriend or boyfriend spot. That is a tough spot, don't you think? Right? That's a tough spot to battle, being somebody's best friend and being in a relationship with them. You need to be able to just put it all in one big old gumbo pipe and just stir it up, because it's still good. So I think whoever asked that question, that was a good question. That was a good question. So we're gonna give them one more question. You ain't eat none of your food.
I'm eating.
Why did you guys fall in love? Leah tell her part, you tell your part. So the question is, why did we fall in love, or when did we feel like we was in love with the other person?
Okay. Well, after that story I told y'all previously, as time went on, after that day, I started liking him more and more and more. And we were spending time with each other more and more and more. And I'm the type of person, I'm gonna speak for myself, that when I start liking somebody and I'm around them, it's like, I know y'all gonna call me mentally crazy, but that's okay. You're already mine in my head. In my head. My head. Nobody else's. You're already mine in my head. So, and now it's to the point where, okay, like, let's see where this is gonna go. So, the question was, when did I start?
When did you know you was in love with me?
Oh, Rob has been through some ups and downs, some tough situations. And when I knew was when I was able to like really help him. I helped you, right? I'm gonna say that. Like, I feel like I helped you. I didn't help you like all the way, but I feel like I helped you like mentally.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, through certain things. And it's like, the more I pour myself into somebody, the more I start to feel And I knew that I didn't want to be with anybody else because I didn't care for nobody. I didn't care for anyone. And it was just like, he was on my mind all the time. Like, I would look forward to calls, text messages, FaceTimes. I would look so forward to it. And I would look forward to, are you coming by the lounge today? Are you doing this? Like, we doing this, we doing that. And I would look forward to it. And even though it was around everybody else and in so many people, because he's so popular, everybody was around him all the time. I always just felt like in my head that it was just me and him. Regardless of who was there, I didn't care. It was just like, so when I could say that I truly said that I started to love him was, I don't know, cause my feelings be everywhere when it comes to him. Like, I don't know. It just happened. It just happened. And I couldn't control it.
All right, so I'm gonna say when I knew I was in love with Leah, it would be around the time. Actually, it's like a crazy time. Actually, if y'all want to be honest, it was around the time when I was wanting to propose to my last girl. That's when I knew I was in love with Leah, because I know a lot of y'all probably like, that's messed up or that's crazy, but no, I think it was life, and it was like the best decision, because me proposing to her was more like, what are you doing? Like, I was worried about how Leah would feel, and Leah was just my friend at the time. And I was worried, like, damn, am I making the right decision? And to be honest, me knowing that I was in love with Leah gave me the courage and the balls to call off the engagement, because I knew what I wanted for me. And I still didn't even make Leah my girlfriend.
Okay.
I just knew what I wanted for me. So if I can even be thinking about another person this much, why would I go on and start something with somebody else that I haven't even forgave for stuff in our past? So I knew I was in love with Leah at that moment, maybe like 2 days after the engagement. I was just in my head like, what are you doing? Like, and at that time I haven't even saw Leah, only at work, right? The first couple of days of the engagement, I seen you at work.
Yeah.
So, and then I didn't even want to look at Leah then, because I knew she was hurt.
We didn't want to look at each other.
So,
well, I'm gonna say me.
I just didn't want to. I just feel like I was hurting her, and I was hurting my best friend, and a person that helps balance me out. Like, I mean, I been knew I loved Leah about. I knew I loved Leah for a while, but I never told her. But I remember, this is funny. I went to Leah's house when she was staying with her mom. Her and her mom stayed together. And Leah's mom asked me, she was like, you know my daughter love you? And I was like, yes ma'am. She said, do you love my daughter? I said, no ma'am. That lady looked at me like, what? You don't love my daughter? I was like, no ma'am. Like, when me telling y'all that story is to tell y'all, I have always been a what kind of person?
Straightforward.
I always been straightforward, and I always been an honest person. So I figured that when I did tell you, you would know like he mean this, because he never just told me I love you.
Just because.
When you used to tell me I love you, I used to say, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when I finally told her, she could actually feel it. You know, like a lot of people just be like, I love you too. That's not how that's supposed to be. Because now you're playing with the other person's mind because this other person really loves you, right? So if you to just say, I love you too, now that person's looking like, he or she love me too? Oh my God. So I said it when I knew I was ready and when I knew that it was the time to tell her. So that's really it. I want Leah to tell y'all one story, and this is just a funny story. It's a little story time that we didn't tell to our friends. But I never thought if we said it on camera about when me and Leah was friends, but we liked each other already. When you went on a date.
I knew he was gonna do that.
So Leah gonna tell y'all what happened when she told me she was going on a date.
Oh,
and some of y'all gonna say I'm crazy. But she still chose me.
I liked it, okay? Okay. So, I was in the car. I think Rob was probably at the lounge. We on the phone, just like talking, holding a conversation. And he was like, so what you doing today? And I was like, oh, well, this is my friend. So, I'm like, oh, I'm going on a date. And he was like, oh. And I was like, yeah. I said, yeah, I'm gonna bring my friend or whatever, which was Alexis. I'm gonna bring my friend because I don't really know the guy. He was like, oh, okay. Well, where you going? And I was like, Prospect. And he was like, oh, okay. Well, what time you going? And I was like, well, I think it was like 2 or 3. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. All right, so we finished talking. I'm thinking everything's good. Go to my friend's house, get changed. We Uber up to a Prospect. The dude's there. He sit us down at the table. We sitting down chilling. Everybody having a little good time. We drinking and stuff. And mind you, my back is just like this to the door. The dude's on this side and my friend Alexis is on this side. So they both can see out the corner of their eye the door. I can't. Y'all know where I'm going with this. So I'm just chilling, I'm eating, drinking, and my friend, this her drink, she goes, this the door, y'all. She goes, and I was like, what? And she was like, and I turned and I was like, and he said, hey!
Who said hey? Oh.
This dude right here, Robert Combs, and he came with 2 other dudes. Comes up to the table and like, hey, and I'm like, hey. And he say hey to me, say hey to my friend, introduce himself to the dude, shakes the dude's hand, like, hey, what's good? Like, my name Robert Combs. Like, my friend's just over there, like, it's a movie at this point. So he's just standing there after he introduced himself to the dude. Then he like gave me a hug and like touched my butt in the midst of the date. And then he's just like, yeah. Dude's in the back like, yeah. So he goes sits at the bar. At this point, I'm terrified. I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm scared because I don't know what to think. I'm like, okay. So him and his friends go sit at the bar, and the dude winds up, putting his feet on my seat.
On the stool.
Like on the side of my stool. And so Rob texted me and was like, he's too close to you.
Guess what she did?
I scooted over. I did.
And the dude couldn't touch her seat no more.
I scooted over. And I know.
We weren't even together.
I scooted over. And so I didn't make it noticeable to him, but my friend Alexis, she knew because she started smiling. So I was like, okay. So then everybody's still talking. Then he texts me and say, come here.
She's like, oh Lord. Guess what she did?
I went.
She came.
I went. And he was just talking to me like, oh, so how's your day? And I'm just like, Robert, you cannot do this. Like, he's gonna pay for our food. Like, and he's like, no. He was like, man, tell them, and just start I'm like, Robert, no. No. And so he put his money or whatever, he got his money, and he was basically like, he's about to go. And
I actually left, y'all.
He left. He gave me a hug and he left. But it was just a pop-up.
The dude still wanted a date after.
He did.
So I ain't messed up nothing.
He wanted a date after, but I knew what you did. My friend knew what you did. You knew what you did. Your friends knew what you did.
He still wanted the date after. So.
Which I did not go on.
I didn't.
But
that was our last date.
So,
am I right?
No, he's not lying.
That was our last date, and we was just friends then.
Yeah.
So she went a whole another year and a half with no dates, right?
Right.
It's cool though, cause look at us now. We don't see eye to eye all the time. Listen, y'all, this outside of YouTube and this couple stuff, we don't always see eye to eye, y'all. We just like everybody else. Like, we go through what we go through. And we agree to disagree. We have our days where we just can't stand one another. But most of the days we love each other.
You can't stand me.
I love you, and I can't stand you.
No, you said,
Just
well,
for
we can't.
No, I said for a
I
moment.
can stand him.
It can be like for at least 20 minutes. That still count. Well, I just be like, I'm gonna go in the garage. You
That's
know?
his safe haven.
So I just be like, I just want y'all to know, like, yeah, y'all look at us, but we humans are like y'all.
Yeah.
If you're at home and you're going through something, if the person is worth it, fight for it. If you're gonna fight, or if you're willing to fight, y'all fight for it. We don't always, I'm a fire, she's the cool one. And sometimes the fire and cool don't mix, but they balance each other out. So we need each other, but we don't need each other. We want each other more than we need each other, because if you need something and it be taken away from you, it'll tear you apart. So she need her. See, she crazy. Why you look like that?
Because I want him and I need him. Like, I feel like, I wouldn't know what to do if he was taken away from me. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't be balanced anymore. Like, I don't know.
Why you get emotional?
Cause
Don't start crying.
no, for real though.
I know.
Yeah, like, I don't know. So
Leah.
no, I'm.
Why
fine.
you crying though?
I'm not trying to cry.
Come on.
I'm not. I'm really not.
Okay,
I'm not
don't
trying to
cry. Don't cry then.
But like, I would be imbalanced. I really would. Cause like, I've been dealing with him for like a while, so it's like he's my other half. Like, it's like somebody taking half of your heart or half of your body. Like, how the fuck, like, not how the fuck.
Stop crying.
How are you gonna function with like without the other part, like the other half of your body? That's how I feel. So for him to say like we want each other but we don't need, I want him and I need him. I'm gonna say that. And I'm sensitive, y'all, so don't like.
She's okay. She's okay.
I'm very sensitive.
She's
so
okay. But what I'm saying is, you should always want somebody before you need somebody. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I can be taken away. She can be taken away. That's life. No matter how hard we try to hold on to something, some type of way in this world that we live in, this person can leave by death, incarceration, all kind of stuff can just happen that, I know I've been through so much, so it's kind of like, and I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing, and I think Leah be trying to figure me out. I don't know if it's because I went through so much that I ain't afraid of what I'm gonna go through next.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, I think that kind of like scares you sometimes when it comes to me, because it's kind of like he been through so much, and it's like he's ready for like whatever. Like whatever it is, it's like, so she'll never know like, if something wrong, if something not wrong. Like they always be like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. And sometimes stuff can be going bad. I just be like smiling and laughing. She be looking like, how? That's her favorite thing, how? So I don't know. So all I'm gonna say is, without her, my opinion, I guess we would never know. But without her, I don't think I would have lasted this long of being free. Because I probably would have been already spazzed out on somebody trying to play with me. Leah don't test my masculine side. She allows me and endures and admire the man that I am. So she don't test me in a relationship to where I feel like I have to be tough. A lot of women test their man, and that's when the man spazzes out, or they talk down to their man, or at their man instead of to their man. So Leah balances me out a lot. I don't even use the word pray and stuff like that, right? But if I had to ever pray or stuff like that, because I always believe whatever's gonna happen in this world is gonna happen. But if I did have to pray, I would definitely pray that we stay together and we die together. If I have to finally pray, if it went just that bad, I would pray for us to stay together. Why do you think like that? But I just believe in whatever's gonna happen in this world. If it's supposed to happen, ain't no prayer gonna change my outcome. But I do believe in energy, and I do believe in karma. So I feel like we both been through some stuff. She been through some stuff in her past. I've been through some stuff, and we just balance each other out. She the holes I have in my life, she covers them, and the holes she have in her life, I feel like I cover them. And then we make one complete. Let me give y'all an example. Perfect example. You see this? It's the last example. I'm gonna let y'all go. You see these holes? We both got these holes in us. Some bigger than the other. And some could be worse than the other. But when we're together, like, she patches me back up, and I feel like I patch her up. So it makes us one complete paper instead of a broken paper. So I love you.
I love you too.
Go best friend.
That's my best friend.
Go best friend. We was checking in.